Yeah, we had that episode where you can't hear someone.
Yeah.
Fucking Eric is sitting across from me, right? And he's like, I can't hear him. And I was like, it's cool, I can hear him. And then I think it was Thomas. He's like, I can't hear him. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, let's go to break. We had like 40 minutes recorded, and I looked, and his fucking mic was muted. And I was like, motherfucker.
Yeah, 'cause I was turning it up in the car. I was like, man.
Yeah.
Ramos was like, I'll try to, like, up the volume on whoever's mic received his, but it still was low as shit. Yeah.
But
Like
no.
your testosterone.
Yeah.
Low T.
Low T.
Have you tested your T yet?
No, I haven't.
No. Have you?
Yeah. I got mine done. I took my injection this morning.
Oh,
I'm
you're on
feeling
TRT?
good. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of guys coming back from overseas, their T gets real low.
Yeah.
Because you're at that heightened state of,
Alertness. And
yeah,
you
like,
just say,
for like days on end for like a whole year, 15 months.
that makes sense.
And then when you get back, your body doesn't know how to, can't produce it again.
Getting old sucks, bro.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I think I'm the oldest guy here, so I mean that's not even fair.
Have you tested your T levels?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I'm due for my shots.
Okay.
Yeah.
You go in and get them?
Mm-hmm.
You
Funny.
too?
I do it myself.
They just prescribe you the, or is it an Anthate or Symphonate? You don't
Yeah.
know. One of them. It's one of those.
It's not like back in the day
Do you have to get into the muscle or just adipose?
in the muscle.
In the muscle? That's a long
Yeah,
fucking needle, man.
yeah, it's a 2-inch
Fuck
Right
that.
in the ass or
in the outside of the thighs.
Mm-mm.
I can't do
that.
it there. That hurts.
on your quad?
No, like right on the hammy, right on the back.
Oh. God dang, bro.
Fuck that.
You're not going to do long jump no more?
Nah, I quit.
I'm a chalk putter.
Yeah, I'm throwing the disc.
So the nurse got to see your ass every time too?
Oh yeah,
Yeah?
like said hairy ass.
Have you heard of them pellets?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to get them.
Really?
Did you?
What are those? For real?
It's like
He
time
knows more
release?
so, but I had
Yeah.
a buddy of mine that did it.
They put it under your skin?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Footsie.
Little pellets.
Like an actual...
like rabbit turds, basically.
No
Like
shit.
just dissolved.
Oh, okay. I thought they had to take them out. I didn't know that they just dissolved
Dissolved,
into your
yeah.
system. I had a buddy of mine that did. He'd show for bodybuilding, and I don't know if that messed up his body, and his testosterone was real low. So he said he went in and got the pellets in his hip, and but he said that they had to take them out. But this was 10 years ago.
It's probably his homeboy. Yeah, I got pellets, man.
You want some pellets? I'll get you some pellets.
Off of Fordham.
He's in the fucking Arnett.
Yeah.
Real clean, dude.
Yeah, it's real good. Yeah.
No, man. Like I need to get tested.
Son one said that dude that jerked off his dog
Uh-huh.
showed up with a fucking sandwich, bro. Showed up eating the sandwich, right? And he's like, yeah, he was finished in 5 minutes. And I was like, well, he still had sandwich. Did he hook you up?
Dude, that's crazy. Them dogs are like, they fucking know.
Yeah, dude. They know they're about to get jerked the fuck off.
Fuck.
I mean, you're excited. You're that excited too when no one's home, right? You got the no one's home jerk. You're fucking go. Everybody go.
His eyes said it all.
It's like, hold on, let me put our tracking on.
Let me lock the top lock.
Yep. I'm the only reason why I have that. I'm the only one that has a key to the top lock.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Ours don't even have a key.
No?
It locks from the inside.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I say, let me lock the top.
I'll lock the top lock so nobody else can get in there. Like, why'd you lock the door? I was like, I was about to take a shower. I don't want nobody steal me.
I was naked.
They're picking up
is
the microchip.
Yeah. The candles. Did you hear that Martin skit?
Chingo.
The
You
Martin
want to set
skit?
the mood for yourself?
Hey, I'm not a
blame
cheap date. You gotta wine me and dine me.
Chingo. Yeah, I went to go check my levels, and she said they're low, but we'll continue to monitor those. And I was like, what the fuck does that mean? Like,
Yeah.
so then I was going to this family practice that the company told us to go to for no copays. And I was like, fuck this, man. I'm going back to my regular doctor. So I went back to my regular doctor, and the labs were still like fairly new, you know, like where you didn't have to rerun the. And he looked at my shit and he's like, man, what the hell is she talking about? Gonna monitor him? He's like, these are real low.
Really?
I was like, I don't know, but they gave me the cream.
With cream.
Yeah.
You put a nutsack?
No, he just said you just put
your
it where
armpit.
there's no fucking hair. So I just been putting it on my shoulder.
Or your nutsack.
You can put on your nuts.
Yeah, I've heard something you put on your nutsack.
It gets,
It absorbs faster.
but don't your nuts?
I'll show you later.
Don't your nuts shrink? What do you think?
What do you need your
I don't
nuts
know.
for? Who's seeing them?
That's all I got, bro. That's all I got is my ball and my word, fool. My balls and my word.
And I don't break them for nobody.
Who's talking? Who's talking?
If you take steroids, your nuts will go away, but you're not taking
Well,
steroids.
and see, that's what I was
Yeah.
told is like this testosterone is not the steroid
No.
testosterone.
It's Cypionate. That's what it is.
That's what I was thinking.
What is that?
So cypionate and enanthate are two testosterones, but I didn't know which one is which.
Typically, for ones like us, it's Cypionate. It's the better one to have. Because the other ones, you have crazy, like, reactions to it.
Like roid rage?
Yeah.
You can, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take
That's
that.
why you
one.
gotta take it the right way.
I'll take that. Go crazy on somebody.
You want roid rage?
Hell yeah.
Roid rage?
Roid rage.
Or road rage?
Well, I got both.
You're just trying to give somebody a hard time.
Yeah.
Literally.
Hey, 2.5 minutes.
60 minutes. If
What is
you're
it? 2.5 minutes, maybe even 4.
on a good day.
You're just showing off, bro.
Yeah, no.
Now you're just showing
Now you're bragging.
Now
Nobody likes
you're
to brag.
bragging. Y'all want to start the show?
Sure.
Y'all ready? Let's fucking do
Whenever
it.
you are.
Let's do it.
John Area.
Okay, here we go.
All you ladies, pull your chi-chis out. This is the JP Lopez Show. Also, if you're a transgender, pull your pecker out. This is the JP Lopez Show.
Hi. What is up? Thank you for tuning back to the JP Lopez Show. I got another first timer here. Far. I got my boy Ashley, the car guy, man. I seen you at the tailgate at one of the football games, and I was like, dude, we need to get you on the show. And you're like, fuck yeah. And we finally fucking made it happen. So, hell yeah.
I'm here. Thank you
Yeah.
for having me.
So, I don't know if I've told you this story, but so growing up in Shallow Water, I basically lived there as a kid and always heard my uncles, you know, Ashley. And it was like weird to know a guy named Ashley as a kid, right? So then, I don't know, years go by and then you hang out at the tailgate one day and you're like, I'm Ashley. I was like, man, the only guy Ashley I ever knew was from Shallow Water. You're like, I'm from Shallow Water. And I was like, wait a minute, what the fuck?
You don't remember meeting my brother Sue?
Shut up.
I fucked with you.
I was like, whoa.
I fucked
A
with you.
boy named Sue?
Man, your dad hated
It's
it.
like, man, your dad didn't really like that. So your dad wanted girls?
Yeah. No, actually, Ashley's comes from Gone with the Wind.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not actually.
Well, it's just, like I said, I was a kid and I thought it was weird because my sister's name is Ashley and there's a guy Ashley. I'm like, that's crazy. And then when we linked back up and I was like, yeah, I knew a guy named Ashley in Shallow Water. I'm from Shallow Water. God dang. Come to find out. And you said, excuse me, my grandpa is your godfather, right?
The Riveras, yeah,
Right.
right.
Okay. Yeah. So that's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah, small world.
Yeah. My grandpa really, really showed me how to love a woman, bro.
Man,
Because of him is
great
the
people.
only way I know how to love a woman. And he showed my grandma so much love, man. And got him to thank for that.
Everybody loved him.
Oh, for sure, man. For sure. When I was a kid, like, he was, in my opinion, in my eyes, you know, holy. He's a deacon of the church, right? And when I finally first got to hang out with him and his boys, and then they were shooting the shit like we do, I was just like, Whoa. You know, you could have gone two ways. Like, you don't meet your idols, you know what I mean? Because they're like, they fuck you over. You're like, man, what the fuck? Dude, I was a vice versa. I was like, fuck, Grandpa's real cool. Like, yeah. But anyways, man, happy to have you on, bro. I want to take this time before we, jump into shit is to really plug and promote anything you got going on right now, bro.
Well, of course, I'm Ashley. I've self-branded myself as Ashley, the car guy. I work for Gene Master Ford, and now I'm just your everyday car guy. Former police officer, paramedic. My job's just to have your buying experience an easy one and a simple one.
You don't do the 8-hour process no more of buying a fucking car.
I hate that.
Like, God dang, dude. I remember when my parents first bought their 2 brand new vehicles whenever I was, a kid. I remember being at that damn car lot for like all day on a Saturday each time they bought a fucking car. Like, what the fuck is taking so long?
Yeah, it sucks. And I'm not trying to say that I'm better than most car guys, but man.
But I'm better than most car guys.
Well, I just take pride in what I do. Give the right guy a chance.
Yeah.
And let him work for you. Because it can make things so much easier. Down to the price of the vehicle, down to the process. Just make it easier on yourself.
But half the battle is you guys. Like, I got to be honest, man. Like, some of the car salesmen, you don't get the title of a used car salesman, like in a joke or in a meme for no reason. You know what I mean?
Oh,
a
yeah,
lot of them
sucks.
are pretty shiesty. You know?
It sucks.
Yeah. A lot of them don't even listen to what you want. They want to sell you what they want to give you. So I'm not saying that's you, but I'm just saying that's the stereotype of the used car salesman or whatnot.
Yeah, and I don't mean to bring up old shit, but we had a guy here in town that really gave us all a bad rap.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Not trying to beat the dead horse, but that I think that kind of propelled me even more to try to do better.
Can you explain what he did wrong?
And
Like, in simple terms, like,
being
I heard the news and I still was confused on the wrong shit that he did.
being unethical. You sell one car, but you tell the bank that you didn't sell it.
So he's taking the money from Ford credit for the sold car, but then he's
basically trying to resell the car twice.
okay.
And then kiting, doing a lot of that too.
Yeah, because I didn't understand how he owed Ford credit like $174 million or something. And I was like, how do you get away with that?
Yeah, but how'd you think in the long run that was going to work out? Like,
Blame it on your partner.
Well, and I didn't know this, but Ford Motor Credit apparently has a really good security team. They show up, they give them heads up. Hey, we're coming with their team, and Bart's like, don't come on my place, and they are, and they're ready.
Like auditors, you mean?
And they have a security team.
Wow. Yeah, man. Like I said, he went underwater and he was all over the news, and they, kind of laid it out, and I still didn't understand how. Obviously he fucked up, but I didn't understand what he was doing.
Well, and there was other things too. Is power booking. Also, like say for example, our cell phones. We pay X amount for it. Let's just say for $1,000, which we know we're not paying that. But he'll tell the bank, hey, this is a $2,000 cell phone. When it's really not. It's $1,000 cell phone. So, just to get the loan approved and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. So that's loan money that he was getting. Okay.
Yeah, it was power. They call it power booking.
Yeah, yeah. So if you're in the market of wanting to buy a car, you have Facebook, plug.
Well, you were talking about different, car guys and stuff. Where I set myself apart is, I actually have my own Facebook page. Of course, a bunch of them do, but also have my own website. I'm on Google, have my own reviews. I'm on Instagram, LinkedIn. I have some provable creds, if you will.
Hell yeah.
You know,
Ashley the car guy.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah. I'm always about my buddies coming on and promoting themselves and using this platform to, get whatever's coming to them.
Well, I appreciate
Yeah.
that. I'm glad to be here, but also to get to meet some new people. And
Yeah. And these guys are fucking assholes, just to let you know.
I earned it though.
Yeah, that guy's the king of assholes.
it's gonna be fun.
I even got a hat.
We, I don't know if we've ever said this story, but this fucker comes from school from New Mexico, right? So we only kick it whenever he comes into town or on the summers. So he comes all cowboyed out, and I'm like, what the fuck is up with this guy? He was a fucking cowboy hat and everything. And one of our buddies who was he wasn't even our buddy. He hung out with one of our friends. He was his buddy. We didn't fucking like him. We fucking all chilling out, and he's like, hey, man, what kind of hat is that? This fucking asshole takes it off. He's all, cowboy.
No, he just made a statement. If you need to know something else, I'll tell you more.
He was all,
been there.
oh, fuck you. But yeah, he took it off and started looking on the liner on the inside. He looks up, he's all, cowboy, man.
Who is it?
Yep.
But anyways, man, happy to have you guys on.
Happy to
Paul,
be
it's
back.
been a while, bro.
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
Y'all, yeah. Well, we hung out, but we haven't been here for what?
Yeah.
For a minute.
Yeah, so we're recording on the day that the Zimmerly episode aired, and I'm getting some feedback saying that it was pretty sad and motherfuckers are crying.
Yeah.
And I didn't really think of it when we
At all?
left yesterday
No?
of it being sad, but
Yeah.
I mean, we shared some
Yeah.
sad shit.
Yeah. I called my dad. I was like, "Hey, Dad, how you doing? You doing all right? Yeah." And I'm like, reaching out to my kids and like, "Hey, you all right? Y'all doing okay?" Yeah.
Dad's weird today.
Yeah.
I think he got his period.
Go get his
Twice this month.
Jacob, real quick, man. You're in town, and happy to fucking have you on the show again. But you have a boy and a girl.
Right.
Your parenting is the same for both of them, or are you harder on the boy than the girl?
Sometimes, just because I want him to be a little tougher,
Yeah.
but I don't want her to take lip off of nobody either. But she's daddy's girl.
Mm-hmm.
But
So
He's-
you're softer on her or harder on her?
it depends. Like her school stuff, I want to be a little bit harder on her with that.
Yeah.
Sports, I just want her to have fun with the sports. And my boy too, he started wrestling this year.
I saw that.
Yeah, in kindergarten.
Does he like it?
Yeah, he likes getting out
But
there.
y'all are in Pennsylvania, bro. That's religion
That's
over
real.
there.
That's
Yeah.
real wrestling.
Wrestling is a religion.
That's wrestling.
Obviously,
Wrestling.
he's in kindergarten. He's
Yeah,
already started.
and it's through the school too. It's not
Yeah.
like
Oh, no
it's
shit.
not a
It's
club.
not a
It's through,
club?
yeah, it's all feeds in through the school district.
They have school
For kindergarten.
wrestling meets,
Yeah.
or no? For that age, for that young,
Oh shit.
has he had his first meet?
No, because he started. They started this in the fall, and we just did his. I might have got it backwards. He did the winter, and it was only like 6 sessions, and then they're gonna come back, I think, in the spring, and they're gonna train again and see what kids are gonna be better, what kids can actually start wrestling meets, and who needs more practice.
That's badass.
But girls too. My daughter wants to get into it,
Can you
and
imagine being scouted in kindergarten, bro? You imagine it? Shit.
yeah. Well, it's funny because last year.
Picking my ass and picking my nose. I was good at that.
I'd be peeing on the mat.
I know, right? No, because even we went in there, the one day something happened where the high school kids were there at the same time the elementary kids were, and like 4 or 5 of the high school kids like jumped in with the elementary kids and were like practicing with them. Like it was like fun for them. It wasn't
Yeah.
Yeah.
like a burden, and the little kids had fun too, and the coaches were all about it.
Oh, yeah.
But our guys went. I think we had Donegal High School, which is where my school my kids go to. I think they won their like district. I forgot how the districts are broken up there, but they went undefeated all year, and then won their district.
Impressive.
So
That's crazy. And like I said, wrestling is a religion over there, just like football is in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
That's y'all shit.
yeah, and Another sport that like I didn't know anything about it till I moved up there was girls field hockey. You ever heard of it?
Yeah.
It's got, like,
I've
the
heard
little,
of
the
it.
little curved stick
Yeah,
and the
the
ball.
little,
Yeah.
the little upside down cane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then our high school girls won state, I think, year before last, field hockey. But
I know. No, I'm not. I don't. I think I'm mixing up tech intramural rugby. I don't think they got field hockey. Maybe they do. Women's. But I know they got a really tough women rugby.
some bruisers.
Dang, bro. That's crazy.
But now it's funny, like my father-in-law, he's big into wrestling, right? And so last year during the NCAA tournament for basketball, it's like the same time as the wrestling. So he's like, hey, I'm gonna come over and we're gonna watch the NCAA tournament. And I'm like, oh, cool, you know. He's like, yeah, I'll get some pizza or whatever. And so he comes over and he puts the TV on, and it's the NCAA wrestling tournament. I'm like,
Never mind, bro.
Hey, hey, can you cancel the wings? Yeah, just the pizza. No. But no, because Penn State always has a bunch of guys in, and their coach is Kel Sanders, who's like he's a legend.
End all be all.
Yeah.
The Nick Saban.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
The Mike Leach of wrestling. But no, their guys are already, I mean, they have guys that are freshmen that, they've already won last year national titles.
Oh shit.
That's insane. I know.
And did you know the Big 12, did you watch the Big 12 wrestling tournament? Did you even know they had one?
No.
Northern Iowa is in the Big 12 in wrestling, and so is, I think, one of the, South Dakotas is in the Big 12
What
wrestling.
the fuck?
Yeah.
Tech don't have a wrestling team, right?
I hadn't seen either
No.
of those.
So not all the teams in the Big
Like
12
Iowa
have-
State, no.
Yeah.
Like Iowa State was there, Northern Iowa. I think it's South Dakota, the Jackrabbits or whoever.
Cadota.
Cadota.
Yeah. South
Kubota.
Cadota. South Cadota. When you were in school, you went to Shallow Water, right?
Yes, sir.
Was it just football, basketball?
Yeah, we were just starting to get into baseball.
Yeah, because baseball's fairly new. What, like 20 years, maybe?
Damn, I ain't that old. I don't remember. I think it was in the 2000s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for sure, shit, they don't have wrestling, or do they?
Mm-mm.
No.
I mean, at least not sanctioned.
That's crazy. I have a cousin who's in football for Shallow Water, so I keep up with football because of him. But I don't know any other sports in Shallow Water.
Just baseball.
The girls' basketball team was pretty good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Think they won the state or went to state.
Yeah. They won it again.
They won it, right? Okay, yeah. Yeah, when we were in Lubbock, we saw that old ass football with the state championship. We're like,
Wasn't it like 55,
it was like
56?
I want to
and
say like 51 or something.
Yeah.
Old ass deflated football and shit. Fucking shit.
You only had two schools.
Realistically, though, you think you'll still be in PA for their high school?
Oh, man, I don't know. Because juniors in kindergarten now, like I said, I got about 8 or 9 years to retire. So
Is there any Mexicans over there other than you, obviously?
there's Puerto Ricans.
Okay.
Some people can't tell the difference.
Hey, papi.
Oye, coño.
Hey, boricua.
Huepa.
They got different rice and bean
Actually-
eating motherfuckers over there.
White rice.
There's a bunch and there's a little town called Avondale. It's like right on the Maryland-Pennsylvania line, and it's a bunch of mushroom farms. So you get a bunch of Hondurans, Guatemalans, Mexicans, El Salvadorans come up
Bend
to
and
work.
scoop.
Yep.
Like the Mexicans.
Sorry, no tortilla.
Win, boy. Win. Yeah. Fuck, dude. I'm just asking because, you're building a big-ass work ethic for wrestling, you know what I mean? Then you're like, all right, we're moving to Texas, and it's nothing compared to what
Yeah.
PA wrestling is.
I mean, we'll see how it takes out. Like I say, he's in elementary. I don't want to force him to do, because wrestling takes a lot out of.
Yeah.
Like you gotta. It's a whole different mentality, because you got to maintain that weight, man. Like pretty much.
Well, that's the thing that I never understood in high school either was all our buddies that wrestled, they fucking wrestling practice was like track. That's all they did was run. So I was like, how are y'all still big if y'all fucking run y'all's ass off every practice?
So y'all have weight restrictions as what, 4, 5 years
I
old?
don't know as his age yet. I don't know if
Okay.
there's been because we haven't gone to a tournament yet. But
What's the typical mean? Like, I mean, is it 10 pounds? Is it 15 pounds?
I have no idea yet.
But would you, in general? I mean, is it?
Like to maintain, or
Yeah.
I couldn't even tell you what groups they're because I know I've seen a couple in like when I was watching the tournament, like one weight class is like, and they're like odd. It was like the 157 weight class, and then I think you go up like maybe another 8 or 9 pounds to the next weight group.
I would imagine it's kind of like boxing. It mimics boxing, but I don't know shit
I
about
could see that.
wrestling.
You know,
Yeah,
yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah, I don't know shit about wrestling.
Because even
so I don't know.
powerlifting, do you remember what the weight classes were in
Oh,
powerlifting?
powerlifting was shit ass, bro. Dude, I was so pissed in powerlifting, bro, because back then I was a heavyweight. So if you were over 235,
Was
you were heavyweight. They didn't have super yet.
Didn't have
they
super.
had super
It was just-
when
it
we
was just-
fucking
it was just
graduated.
it was just one weight, and then anything over that is like,
So I'm like 240 powerlifting. So I'm in heavyweight, but I'm going up against Jerome Flowers, who's like 480, and he's opening with like 800 pounds on squat, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm never gonna fucking place in fucking heavyweight classes. Yeah, and then we graduated, and they created super heavyweight. It's like, you motherfuckers.
was that
dude.
275?
You were
I
just
want-
hoping he was gonna, freaking mess up or something. and-
Bro, I would hate to get there and see the school because he was Estacado. I'd hate there and see Estacado's bus because I was like, I'm not placing today. Like, legit, he was over 400 pounds. He was just like, if you saw him, you would never think that he was athletic or strong or nothing. And then opening lift, bro, on squat, 800 pounds.
God
And I was just like, fuck, I'm not placing today. Like, that's
I don't
ridiculous.
want to go heavy. I don't want to start heavy.
my senior year, did you go to Andrews? Did you wrestle or did you lift our senior year?
No, senior year, bro, after football, dunzo,
Oh yeah, because your
Open
knee.
period.
Well, you blew your knee out
Yeah.
that last game of the year,
allegedly.
allegedly.
No.
No, because there was a guy from Andrews. Last name was Davila, and he was the same way, man. He'd go out there wearing construction boots, and he'd be warming up with 5 plates when everybody's warming up on squats. It's like, but Andrews had some guys that could lift, and then
Well, that's that corn-fed oil field.
yeah, all that oil trash. Yeah.
Yep. So, man, I sent y'all some talking points, and I really wanted to get into last one, and we kind of did and didn't. But have y'all ever been booed in your life? And I'll go first. Like, so it's very rare that I'll lose touch or contact with any of y'all fuckers, you know, and. It's very safe to say that if I was friends with you, I'm still friends with you. If ever in my life we've been friends, I'm still a friend to you. And coming out of high school, I got real fucked up into liking this chick, man. And she fucked me up bad. Like, you know, it was the typical story where a girl just fucks you up and makes you the asshole that you are. Well, that's what this was. And it was just trying to impress her all the time. That's what the only attention she would give me was just trying to impress her. I tell you all this shit because I went to a buddy and borrowed fucking money, like big money. Like back then, you know, we were fucking kids right out of high school. I borrowed like $400, and
What kid has that kind of money?
yeah, and so he fucking without a fucking doubt, without a question, just here you go. And so I was like, man, I'll pay you back. And you know, that time to pay him back, you know, I was like, well, I'll get him next time. And then the next time never fucking came. So it was already income tax time. So I was like, man, I'm gonna fucking pay him. Like, I have to pay him. I'm gonna pay him. And I told him, I said, dude, I've been dodging you. My bad, bro. I go, but when income tax comes, I'm gonna break you off my income tax. And he's like, all right, man. And sure enough, man, fucking income tax came. Well, fucking school took it. You know how when you don't pay,
You don't pay
for like your tuition back then, they would fucking take it out of your income tax. Well, they took all, but I think I had like 800 or 900 coming to me. And I think that was the last straw when I was like, hey man, like, not lying to you, but they took my income tax. And I think he was like, you're so full of shit, dude. And yeah, he just cut me off completely, man. And still regret that because, you know, I feel like a dirtbag for doing that. But that life lesson taught me a whole fucking lot, man. To, number one, never borrow money from friends anymore. Because, and then number two, if I do ever help someone who is a friend that needs money, then don't expect it back.
Right.
Like, I'm giving you this money. I don't expect it back. If you pay it back, that's cool. And number three, it just fucking irks me that we no longer communicate. And it was that just
Do you know where he lives?
tore us apart. No, I don't.
No, you couldn't reach out to him at all. Other than, like, find him on
I
Facebook?
don't know if he's on social media. I've searched, but no. But
Yeah. Think about this and tell me your opinion. If that incident really took you out of being friends and stuff, and it wasn't a real friendship, I mean, because I'd be mad at you. I'd be mad at you if you didn't pay me, but you'd still be my friend. I mean, it depends on the level of friendship, but
yeah.
Like,
yeah,
were you
I mean,
boys, or were just kind of?
Yeah, we were tight. And I
See-
get what you're saying. I really do, man. But when you got that person like I did that was ducking and dodging them, and then I come to say, all right, man, income tax, I got you. And I really legit got fucked out of my income tax that year. I think that he was just like, you know, I just paid $400 to get you out of my life.
that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, way to look at it.
But I get that because, I mean, yeah, I'd feel the same way, but not a lot of people think like that. And maybe, who knows, if I never did that, we'd still be boys or at least friends. But I think that was my first time I've ever been booed. Like, you know, fucking boo this guy. And it sounds funny to say that, but I mean that in all honesty, boo this motherfucker, man. Because he fucked me over. And in a way, I kind of did, because like I said, I did have some money to pay him back, but there I am, stupid over this girl, just trying to impress her. And this whole story is probably like in a 3 or 4 month span. It wasn't like years of ducking and dodging, but
So it was a short story.
yeah. It was a short love story. And then I said, fuck that bitch. But you got anything like that?
I think I went a different route. I went literal boo, but more so in the sense that, kind of the story that I told you the other day. I'm out here, I'm working hard, trying to be healthy, you know, eating right, and just feeling good about myself. And it's one cousin, but kind of the same cousins. I go out there and I hang out with them, and he's like, damn, motherfucker, you fat. And I'm like, I felt good about myself. I actually lost weight, and I'm like,
Pinche raza.
yeah,
I know, right?
this is like the uncle, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's I'm like, dude, I'm out, like, and I'm in my fields now, and I'm like, man, I've been working hard. Like, the scale says less, my pants fit me better, and I know I was fat or overweight or big, you know, 2 months ago when I saw you, or 6 months ago even when I saw you.
Motherfucker, you ain't never been fat.
Well, we're all our own
Yeah,
worst critic, but
yeah.
you know, I just, my thing is, like, I was like, man, I'm doing good, I'm feeling good, and then I'm like, I get with him, and he tells me this shit, and I'm like, man, fuck this, let's go home. I'm done with these motherfuckers. I'm gonna eat. And
Fuck you, Theo.
I'm the on, was it dodgeball at the
Eating
end of the
potato
movie?
salad on your way home.
Yeah. So, but I mean, he always made me feel humble.
I'm not gonna let Theo fucking ruin my cheat day.
But I don't know. I thought, you know, and shit, I lived with him. You know, he's a brother cousin. I call him brother cousins.
But you think like, yes, that's in a negative light, but you think that that's just the way he loves you
I think so. Yeah.
is keeping you in line. You know, like
Don't want you to get a big head.
Yeah. Because the other deal was, I mean, I've had big calves my whole life, and I couldn't jump. And it's like, what the fuck are them calves for? You know, it's like, well, they're not for jumping, they're for running.
Yeah.
You know.
Damn. Like,
But it's the same thing. It was just like he was the closest one of my cousins. I think that I would trust growing up because maybe he was the most real. I don't know. You know,
but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like it was a tough love. Like
Yeah.
that's he loved you. Like
yeah, because they didn't get love.
No.
You know what I mean? Yeah, and I think that was the way they showed love.
I saw a meme, but it made sense. Like when we were kids, like in our close group of friends, we purposely tried to hurt each other's feelings, right?
Yep.
Like
Do you remember having cut down fights like in
that's what I
elementary
mean.
school?
That's what I mean. We purposely tried to hurt each other's feelings, and then we were boys like that. Like we exploited your like fucking insecurities,
Yeah.
man. Like,
You find that raw nerve and you're just like,
oh, this button, this one, you don't like that one? Yeah. So
I know you're gay.
you
'Cause your
got-
two
you got
dads
a,
told
a
me you're
boot
gay.
story.
Yeah, unfortunately, it has something to do with a girl in high school. You know, she was going on a I think we were going to a football game, so go up to her and say hi. Everybody's loading the bus and everything, getting in, and I'm like, oh, bye, give her a hug. I'm sitting in the back of the bus, not in the bus, outside the bus. Okay, outside the bus.
Okay.
I'm standing in this side of the corner of the bus, outside the bus. Okay. They turn it on. They take off.
Oh,
Yeah,
the exhaust smoke.
yeah. And I'm over there. Yeah,
Look like a cartoon.
exactly.
Yeah.
You just see your eyes. Yeah.
Dude, it fucking sucked. Yeah, everybody's booing at me.
Yeah.
I mean, a whole bus full.
Yeah.
Mind you. Yeah.
It's crazy how those type of shits just are tattooed on your
I
brain.
didn't even think about it till we were talking about
Yeah.
it now. I'm like,
Shit.
Yeah.
so here we go.
I remember the old roll arena? Was it roll arena 2? Like heading out towards,
Carlisle.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
It was 2? What was number 1?
I don't know. Probably burned down. But no, we're out there and our church was having like a youth group like thing, like skate, whatever. And there was this one girl, I think,
So y'all were getting hand jobs.
I didn't even know what that was in junior high. So no, like I had my back to, and we were all on skates, right? And it was one of the girls that I liked. And you know how you go do the little couples
Yeah,
dance, like
yeah.
couples only on the dance floor, whatever. So I'm over by the concession stand, and she's gonna come up behind me. Well, I like I'm not touching, I'm just standing there, and she like hits me from the back and takes my legs out. So I land right on top of her, and her hands are like that, and I just hear the air come out from behind. Yeah, and everybody's like, oh, and like she like smacked her head on the concrete, and I was like, "Are you okay?" She's like, like she had to go home and stuff. I was all like,
Oh shit.
I was like all embarrassed and stuff. I was like, oh my god. I was
You got up and you're like, play Ice Ice Baby.
yeah. Are you okay?
So needless to say, you took the air out of her.
Yeah, I took the air out of it. Yeah.
Get your dad jokes.
Do you remember, like, the skate parks? Did you ever know how to skate when you went?
I learned how to skate, but we didn't go to skate ranch very often. But everybody had a party
At Carlisle.
at Carlisle.
Yeah.
And you go to Carlisle. It's like family dances. You go to the family dances to learn how to dance. You dance with your mom. You dance with your sisters. You're comfortable. You relax, and you
Yeah.
ask questions. So that's what I did at Carlisle, and I would skate as fast. I could never go backwards, but I would skate as fast as I could forward, and then be the little slingshot at the end. You ever
Yeah,
did that?
yeah.
When you hand when you come around and just.
No,
But
I was
then-
never that
No,
advanced.
no, and then I'd go to skate ranch.
I did
like-
the skateboard move
Yeah.
on the roller skates
Uh-huh.
where you use the bumper to. That's
go
how
forward?
I skated,
That's
bro.
it?
Yeah, I was
Okay.
like, fuck that, and
Yeah.
then my Uncle Fabian fucking got some. He acquired some rollerblades when they first came out, and they were the shit. And I was like, "Oh man, I'll fucking take these to all the skate parties."
Yeah.
And they didn't have no bumper on those.
You can't go
So
forward?
that's when I learned how to skate.
Oh, okay.
And then I learned how to skate through rollerblades. And it was true. The first rule of rollerblades is having to tell your parents you're gay. So
Be who you are.
We I won't tell it, but I gotta. My wife's got a a rollerblading story.
oh yeah.
Do you care? No. So we're just trying to do stuff, be active. You know, we're young, but we still got our kids, and it's like, okay, well, what do you want to do? He's like, I don't know. And I was like, well, let's get some rollerblades because I had some when I was a kid. And dude, we had a bike, a skateboard, rollerblades. Everybody had their own mode of transportation, and I would rollerblade to the lake.
Damn.
Yeah, from my house to the lake. Okay.
So you hated pebbles.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, we would go to the lake and I'd rollerblade around the whole lake and then I'd, go back, or after a while you take the rollerblade off and it had that sock.
Yeah.
Do you remember that sock? Yeah. So I would just
That
walk home in
little,
the sock if my feet were tired and hurt.
ski.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, I got good memories of just being at the lake rollerblading. So I was like, babe, you want to do that? She's like, yeah. I was like, all right, well, I'll go buy you some. So I get her a pair and I get me a new pair and we're out there and I'm like, all right, if you want to stop, this is how you stop. If you want to do this but if you're going slow, you can kind of roll into the grass a little bit. You'll be okay. The grass will slow you down. Well, if you lived in Lubbock, you know, Buddy Holly, I call it the middle dam, right? You know what I'm talking about? The dam. So there's a dam, but you got two ways you can go. You can go straight down, and it's kind of windy like a snake, or you can go
That's
the
on the
other
backside,
way.
right?
Yeah, on the backside.
Yeah.
Or you can take the other fork, and it's just straight, and it's a smooth, but you still got a grade where you go down. It gets a little steeper as you go. And I said, okay, right here it's going to go down. I was like, I'm going to go this way, but you go that way. Just kind of take your time. Well, she's going down. Well, she remembers my advice. Well, if I'm going too fast, just kind of lean towards the grass. Well, she fucking leans toward the grass and goes about 5 feet into the grass, still fucking going. And then there's prairie dog holes and rocks and all kinds of crap.
Pobrecita.
Boom! Flying Superman. God damn, Superman in the fucking grass. And spenuts and stickers. And she gets up, she's crying, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Get this shit off of me.
Fuck you and your memories, Paul.
I'm never gonna forget this.
Yeah, no.
and like something like that, it could never be just a grass patch where they had to fall. It's always the worst
Yeah,
fucking.
because right next to it is pretty grass. Yeah.
yeah.
I did it on purpose.
On that note, man, we'll take a break. Come right back. And we're back. So, I asked this on the last podcast, but it's new guest, and I'm really interested in this question, man. What was the worst fucking job you've worked?
Go.
Man. I can't honestly say I've had a worst. I've had some shitty ones.
Yeah.
And enjoyed working those shitty ones. But I know there's some horror stories out there with some. And I'm hoping maybe one of you guys got one.
I was a dairy farmer. And like literally getting kicked, getting shit on, pissed on. Like that was.
But those were bulls.
Should have felt at home.
I was in high school, my sophomore year at Cal Farley's Boys Ranch. And I had to wake up farmer hours, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. That's why it sucked for me. And at one point, I was like, man, I'm not waking up at 4 in the morning. So I would wake up at 2 in the morning. And I'd walk to the dairy barn, and then I'd take a sleeping bag because I was getting up late. And I was like, well, I'm not going to be late anymore. So I'm going to wake up at 2 o'clock. I'm going to walk to the deal. And whether it was 2 degrees outside or whether it was raining outside, I slept in front of the door, like literally blocking the door so that when the manager, the guy that got there that ran the dairy farm,
Yeah.
he'd have to kick me to wake up. Well, the other kids started doing that, right? So we had like 4 or 5 kids sleeping out in front of the farm, and or the barn, and they had patrol like cops, and the cops came around and they kind of like saw us out there, and they're like, "What the fuck's going
y'all
on?"
doing?
Yeah. So we all got in trouble because of me.
We're
Like,
being
hey,
responsible,
yeah, I
asshole.
was like, I'm trying to go to work on time. I was like, I'm gonna be late, but
Can't do nothing right.
Yeah.
no, yeah, and that's exactly how I felt. I was like, I'm trying to get to work on time. I'm getting in trouble for not being there on time, but now he's telling me, hey, you can't be there earlier than what you need to be. So, but
You said sophomore year?
yeah,
So, all my gently worn shoes, and I got a fuck ton of them, and like all my clothing that still fucking got tags on them, I always donate them into that red box,
okay.
and it says it goes to the Texas.
California Boys Ranch. Well,
uh,
that's different.
It just says it goes to the Boys Ranch. I don't know which one.
So we have a boys ranch here in Lubbock, and that one's off of like Idlewild Road or Idlewild Highway. So there's that one, and there's another one out there, kind of in between.
But knowing what you know, am I doing a good thing? Or should I just be taking that shit?
nah,
To do,
if it's good for them, I would keep donating
Yeah.
it, because here was the thing that sucked about it. Some of these kids, they were literally left there because the parents had money, but the kid got in the way of them partying and going out and going out of town, and so there were kids that, excuse me, if
that were a nuisance to their
yeah,
parents.
there was a nuisance. Yeah, if like if I had money, I would take my kid. Hey, we're gonna go on a trip. We're gonna go do this. Disneyland, to the beach, to here, to there, instead of the same trip of Dallas or San Antonio.
Yeah.
As poor kids, they're like, no, I want to go to Europe and I want to go by myself. Or I want to go to Europe with me, just me and the
Chinga.
husband. Yeah, I mean, some of these kids were loaded, but then you also had kids that were troubled kids. It was either Boys Ranch, jail, juvie, and I say both of them because some were tried as adults, and they're like, well, we have an alternative, we're gonna send them here instead. But it was usually sad. I mean, because they would have, just like what you see on TV. Parents would come in for Parents' Day or Family Day, and some of these parents, when they did show up, they were bothered by the kid that they had to show up and be there and spend time with the kid.
Yeah, because I don't know, because they don't have like commercials like,
Yeah.
hi, I'm white lady.
Yeah.
And they got
Sarah
kids with
McLachlan
flies
scene,
on their
yeah.
fucking eyeballs and shit. Yeah. For your
Yeah.
gentle worn shoes, send them to the boys boys ranch.
But,
Were there girls there too?
Yeah. They had boys, literally boys on one side, and they had homes with just the girls. But I mean, they all went to school together. So. But
Yeah. So I guess I'll continue to put all my shit in there.
Yeah.
So
the only thing about it probably won't help them as much because they struck literally oil out there on their land, on the California Boys Ranch land.
well, it does, I don't think it says, bro. I think it just says Texas Boys Ranch.
Yeah. So, but the Texas Boys Ranch is a little different. It's like a different. I guess it'd be like a different school district. I mean, because it was a school district that I went to school with there, but the Texas Boys Ranch is going to be local for Lubbock. So, there's nothing wrong with donating.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, for
so.
sure. What's your shitty job?
Yeah, I remember Yates Flooring used to be there. It used to be on the other side of the railroad tracks, and now it's over in that shopping
By
district.
Club Rio used to be, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So I worked there my junior year. No, it was my senior year.
Jury?
No, my senior year, I worked there, and one of the guys, I worked in the warehouse, and we'd load up the trucks. That was a good gig. Well, one of the guys came in. He's like, "Hey, I need to go." They were doing like the Lee Lewis offices in Dallas, and he's like, "The guy I usually take, he can't go." He's like, "Do you want to go and work the weekend?" He goes, "I'll pay for the room, the meals. The only thing is we have to work at night when nobody's in the office." And I was like, so I asked my dad. My dad knew the guy. He's like, "Yeah, go ahead." So
It was the same work you were doing?
no, this was actually installing carpet.
Oh, okay.
And we'd have to move everything, install the carpet into one room, and then move everything back. so they come back work in the day and at night. So we did that for like
Banging your knees on the floor.
yeah, it sucked because even then, like being that young, you're still not used to working all night long. You know,
Yeah.
like trying to sleep during the day and work all night. So I do that, and it sucked. Like it was hard work. Like we had a time frame. We had to get everything done in, and so we come back, and I'm like, man, I think I'm gonna have a good check. Dude, he gives me my check when he drops me off my house. Dude, it was like $135.
God.
Dude, I was so pissed, man. I told my dad, I was like, don't ever, like, I'm never talking to that dude again. I because I busted. I mean, they're like, well,
Taxes, bro.
well, my
Tax?
dad's like, well, he paid for your room and he paid for your. I'm like,
I'd have
Yeah,
slept
but-
in the car.
yeah, I know, right? Like, it's not like we stayed at the Marriott. We're at, but yeah, for like working a weekend and like working like all night through Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, coming back
dude.
Monday.
Shit.
I was like,
I remember my first check. I think I was working at the Villa Inn as a dishwasher. I want to say maybe 8th or 9th grade. And I remember that first check, bro. I was like, all right, $5 an hour, 20 hours, blah, blah, blah. And then I get my check and I was like, what's all this shit coming out of my check?
some bitch.
What's his name? How whoop is that?
And my mom was like, get used to it because that's every check. And I was like, this is some bullshit. No, you got a worse job?
Man, I can recall one moving metal at a metal fabrication place. God, that sucked. Yeah.
Well, what it like?
Just moving the metal. I mean,
Using
I was just-
forklift or
No, I wish I was using the forklift. Most of the time, I didn't.
It was by hand.
Yeah.
Dang.
They just drop a load and hey, we need you to move that over there. And man, I'd get diaper rashed. I'd just go to the freaking bathroom, just have time, just sit there.
Damn.
It sucked. Yeah.
And you're in the elements, heat, cold, like, fuck. They obviously you had gloves or no?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I got them stuck between freaking metal and shit. So.
But that's what I was gonna ask. Is
Yeah.
like, so they were a disservice, kind of, sort of, right?
Yeah. I hated the whole job. I'm not gonna lie.
Was that here in town?
Yeah, Humdinger. Oh shit, I shouldn't have said that out loud.
Yeah.
are they
Fuck
still
'em.
around?
Yeah, they're still around.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
Unless they want to sponsor the show. Come on in it.
For all your metal needs.
I had
We'll move that metal for you, boys.
I had this one, like, it wasn't a real job, but it was my dad called me and said, hey, my neighbor needs some help. He's cutting down a tree. And I was like, all right. I was like, well, how big is the tree? He's like, oh, it's not that big. It's like maybe 15 feet. And I was like, all right. Well, the guy got a cherry picker. And I get to the house and I look, the fucking tree's like 50 feet tall.
Oh shit.
Like, this is a real fucking tree.
No, hold on. He said 15. He's obviously talking about a wrong tree.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
like-
multiplication.
I was like, Dad,
forgot to carry
I was like,
the
Dad, that's not 15. And he don't need help. He's like, well, I've got another job I got to go do right quick. Will you help him? I told I told him I would help him. So I was like, all right. There was a squirrel in that fucking tree. Well, you ever seen a squirrel's nest? Okay, it's like a bird's nest, but bigger. And so we're cutting it out. We're cutting down. When we get to the deal where the squirrel's coming out, and there's babies in the squirrel in the nest. So the squirrel's trying to attack us while we're in this cherry picker, and he's having to pull it back.
What's a cherry picker?
The things with 4 wheels, and it drives up and down just like a scissor lift. It's like a scissor lift, but this one extends out. So it goes up and then it goes out. So he's got the base parked in between the houses, but he can only go up he'd go up and then he'd extend out to the top of the tree. So we're cutting branches, going all the way down. And we get to the point, it's like, hey, we've got to do. I was like, well, what are you gonna do with that? Well, this is a live tree. It's not a dead tree. It's a live tree, so it's heavy. You can cut 2-foot pieces, and it weighs 40, 50 pounds because it still has water in it. And he's like, well, what are we gonna do with that? I was like, were you gonna kill it? Just cut it and it'll fall and they'll die. He's like, no, I don't want to kill them. I was like, well, what do you want to do? He's like, well, I'll cut it here as close as I can, and then we'll come down here and we'll cut it. And so it's at a fork because it's like a tree, like a tree house. So I'm like, well, what are we gonna do? He's like, well, I'm gonna cut it and you're gonna catch it. And I'm like,
hell.
this motherfucker. So I'm like, all right, let's go. So I'm like hitting twigs and like trying to get the mama squirrel out. And I was like, we got to get her out or she's going to attack us both. So he's like, all right. So we get the mama squirrel out. We cut it. We put it on the lift. We bring it down. And like, I'm like, this thing is rocking because now we've got too heavy of a piece cut. So we go down and I'm like, I'm putting it across the street. So I run, I carry it, I put it on the street. And then
the mom sees you.
The mom sees us and she runs and goes. So, you know, she runs and she's protecting the babies like she's supposed to. But now she has to build a new nest somewhere else. So whatever. That's not the bad part. Because the next cut, he's cutting, chainsaw, slips, hits him in my fucking forearm.
What?
Obviously, I have on my arms, but he hits my arm. I get a fucking road rash because when it came down, he lost more grip out of the handle. So
it
it's
was
still
less torque.
spinning, but it hit me, cut me, and I'm like, he's like, I'm so sorry.
Hey, but go pick that up over there.
Right. We finished the
Check out
job.
the squirrels.
And he's like, hey, man, are you hungry? I was like, yeah. My payment was cold Whataburger sandwich.
At least it was a Whataburger.
It's just like you beat Canyon Randall, bro. It was just like you beat Canyon Randall, man.
there you go.
Your
Hey.
payment was fucking cold water burger.
And I was just happy to eat. And I thought, okay, cool, I'm going to eat, you know. And then I was like, all right, you know,
Where's my real payment?
where's my payment? He's like, well, I'll give it to your dad. And motherfucker never gave me. I called him. I was like, Dad, hey, where's my? I was like, did he pay you? He's like, pay you for what? He's like, he said he already paid you. I said, all I got was a goddamn burger.
Damn.
He's like, are you serious? And so either my dad took the money from me or my payment
Your
was
dad
a
already
fucking
had it.
burger. Yeah.
He fucking for real.
Yeah.
I'm
I'ma
call him right now. I'm gonna call him tomorrow.
Didn't you know how to pay?
You want to know how you said dad and money and it fucking. My dad finessed me like a motherfucker, bro. Okay, so you know how I graduated and got a fucking single cab Dodge pickup. Mm-hmm. It was a 99 Dodge pickup, right? So that was my baby. It was my graduation gift. I paid on the motherfucker, but it was like my gift. Hey, we got you this truck, now go pay for it. So the quad cab Dodge comes out like in what, 03, 04? So I'm already 3 years into this single cab, and I want that bitch, man. I want it. Well, my mom and dad go get it for me. And my mom said, we'll pay for this truck for you, but your dad's going to take your single cab, and you pay that. Just keep paying that payment on it. I was like, fuck yeah. 2 years, I'm done.
Yeah.
I got this badass truck that they're going to pay. Fuck yeah. Who wouldn't want to do that, right? Yeah. Hailstorm comes in. This truck, the single cab truck is already paid off. Hailstorm comes in, and my dad's single cab, my old truck, gets fucked off. So I go take it in, and insurance totals it.
Yeah.
And cuts me a fucking check for it, right? Well, I take it home. I'm like, my dad's like, what'd they say? So they totaled it, and it was like 15 G's or something.
Yeah.
12, 15 G's. And my dad was like, all right, well, give me that check. I'm going to deposit it tomorrow. And I was like, the fuck you mean give you? I was like, I paid for that truck. And he was like, well, I paid the insurance. And I was like, you know what? I'm never going to win this fucking argument. Here's your fucking money. And I gave him the check. And, like, still to this day, my mom was like, I can't believe your dad took that fucking check. I said, she sure as shit took that fucking check.
She knew, though.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, he fucking was like, but I would get it, you know, if they needed a new truck, right?
Right.
But they just cut me 15 G's, and then the truck could never be full coverage, so it was just liability.
It was just your liability.
But it was still drivable.
Right.
Like, it was everything. And my dad kept the truck and kept my check.
Yeah.
I was just like, and I didn't even want to get into it with him, man, because there was no way I was ever going to win. I was like, here's your
Because you
check.
can even say, like, well, how much did you pay a month?
Yeah.
I'll pay you that. I'll cut you that for the
But
3,
dude,
4,
I
5
fucking
years.
hit the lottery on the way home. I was like,
Yeah.
man, I just got 15 G's. I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life. And my dad's like, hey, well, I'm gonna go deposit it tomorrow. So,
I'm about to show you what you're going to do in your life.
Was the check under your name or his name?
yeah, it was my name.
It was
yeah.
That's where you fucked up.
Yeah.
I was just like,
I'd be
here,
like, Dad, they
man.
only gave me $500,
Like-
and he'd be like, all right, cool, dude. I wouldn't have told him shit.
Well, me being
good
Mr.
boy.
fucking good boy.
Dude,
But yeah, he's like, well-
I'd have ran to Mexico.
He goes, I pay the insurance and that's my check. I'm like, fuck, it ain't even gonna be worth it, man. There you go. And most dads would be like, I just want to see if
that's
he'd
cool.
give it to me.
Yeah.
And he was like, nope, boom. Fucking, I think he put it in his bra.
No, he did want to see if you were gonna give it to him. He's like, well, if the dumbass gives it to me, I'm gonna keep the money.
Dude, that just reminded me. You're talking about like putting in his bra. Remember the Eckarts that used to be there at?
On the Tiny Country Shopping Center?
Yeah, I worked there in high school.
You did?
Yeah, me, Thomas. I'm trying to think who else would work there.
I don't remember that.
So we worked there during the summer, and we'd always go next door to Pinocchio's
Yeah.
and we'd
For
all
lunch.
hijack. We'd all buy the one plate and leave it in the back, and then we just go back. And
We
then-
were doing that since we were fucking kids.
And but no, so we'd work there in the summer, and it'd be hot, and people would come in. And this lady one time she came in, she bought and it was fish food, like the little thing. We had it on sale or whatever. She comes in,
Like the little shake.
yeah,
Fish
the little
flakes.
flakes.
Yeah.
And she said, "This still on sale?" I'm like, "I think you need the coupon, but there's like a stack of flyers by the door. Just grab one so I can scan it and throw it in the thing." So she all right, and then I was like, it was like $2 or something. So she pulls this 20 out from her bra, right, dude, and it is like,
So wet.
yeah, it's like dripping. I was like, dude, like I had to put it on the register for it to dry. And because I couldn't put it in with the rest of the money, I gave her a change, dude. It smelled like comino like the rest of the day. Like, dude, I was like, and I was like, I'm gonna keep this one. Let me
I still have that 20.
yeah, I still got it.
I remember her face to this day.
But I was like, I remember I grabbed. I was like, oh.
I worked at Spec, right? And this older lady, and she was old, like she was past retirement age, obviously couldn't retire, still worked. And they called her my girlfriend because she would go back to where we worked, and she'd be like, John, I only ate half my sandwich. You can have the other half. And I was like, yeah, Miss Annie, I'll fuck it off.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, bro, she never comes back here and offers nobody lunch. Only when you fucking work, bro. I was like, fuck, man, she likes me. I don't give a fuck. So she was my girlfriend. Everyone's like, yeah, your fucking girlfriend came and brought you lunch, whatever. And so I'd go to the front and shoot the shit with her when I could. Just, how your day, Miss Annie? Just bullshitting. And she was getting mad because she was the front cashier. And she was getting mad and complaining to the higher-ups that in the summertime, she's not taking bra money. She's not going to take bra money as payment no more because it's gross. And sure enough, they made her a sign that said, no money from how nicely worded coming from however they
How do
worded
you
it.
word that?
I don't even remember how it was worded, but yeah, I think it was like something from your undergarments or some shit. Payment will not be accepted. But she would like legit, that was a legit complaint from her that people would come from right out of their bra and they're like she said that the money was like soaking wet and nasty.
Yeah.
Oh.
We go get a roll of quarters. Hold on. I mean, you play your video game. Go ahead.
Somebody's gonna get some hail damage.
You're
I got next.
Follow
Fuck.
Oh man.
Oh no.
Are you
Oh,
are
no.
you a billiards pool guy or no?
I mean, I like to. I'm not
Yeah.
even good at it.
Are y'all?
No.
Like religiously or just?
No, just like go out. Let's go shoot some pool. Like
No, I've never said that
Yeah.
before. Yeah.
I asked because it was recently brought up. Like, hey, you shoot pool? I'm like, fuck, I don't know.
What am I?
1992.
And I know people still. I mean, obviously, Fast Eddie's is still in business,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and Chips is.
I've been there once, and
Yeah.
even then I didn't play pool.
Well, even the old copper. Remember, like the pool tables were free because they made so much money on beer. They didn't have to charge the to.
The one on the Town of Country,
Yeah,
it was free.
pool was free
Damn.
because they would. Man, you go in there, people. There'd be like 4 or 5 pitchers at a table
Yeah, yeah.
back in the day.
No,
Your pops drank?
Does he drink?
Did he drink?
Yeah.
What
he
was
still
his
drinks.
beer?
Seagrams and 7.
7-7.
I'm asking because my dad's beer was the old Michelob, the weird shaped fucking
Yeah, the
bottle.
bottle, yeah.
Yeah. And I tell people that and they don't remember that.
I don't remember
I
that
do.
either.
Yeah, see?
Like the neck on it was different, right?
It was just
like,
a weird fucking shaped bottle. It looked like a fucking curvy woman
yeah,
with ass and tits on each side of the bottle.
not just the back. Yeah.
For real. And it was just called Michelob.
I remember like the straight bottle where it had the neck and it just got wide, but it went straight.
No,
Or
that was the High
No.
Life, I thought.
maybe that's what it was. But
Yeah, I remember the old
my parents
Michelob
did
bottle.
alcohol or liquor. My parents did liquor. They didn't do
No.
very many beer drinks.
Yeah, my dad rarely drank, but when he drank Michelob.
Yeah.
And then he switched it to Coors Light all of a sudden.
Yeah.
But Michelob was around, I think, until like we were in high school, weren't it? Wasn't
Mm-hmm.
it?
Yeah, because all my uncles up in Denver, they always had Michelob.
When did you start drinking?
When I was
High
about
school?
13, 14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bush Light.
Really?
Yeah.
Bush?
Yep.
Fuck.
Didn't
They
you,
still make Bush, right?
yeah.
Chewy, remember Chewy Suniga?
Yeah. Yeah.
God dang, boy. He fucked me up playing quarters. Man, I still remember it. Man, we'd be playing quarters, and then I'm getting fucked up. He goes, chili dog. Brr.
You don't like chili dogs, man?
The family pack.
God damn.
Yeah.
You say like a chili dog, something words would just bring you oscar. This motherfucker,
one?
this asshole would fucking, maybe it's not gross to y'all, but it's fucking gross to me, would fucking eat eggs and drink milk. And I'd be like, what the fuck? What are you doing, bro? You don't fucking drink milk with your... Fuck no, man. Fucking
I don't drink milk.
milk and eggs, man.
No, just milk. If it's not in cereal, it's not. I don't
We don't do milk, period.
really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be farting all day.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm
So we do almond milk.
Do you?
Yeah. We hardly ever buy real milk
no. See, it has to be whole milk
Yeah.
because I don't like skim milk.
because you like whole farts.
So, yeah, and just all fucking.
It fucks your stomach up too,
Fuck
though?
yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing like a warm glass of milk on a hot day.
Oh no.
No, I'm out on
You see
that.
what the fuck I'm saying? You get what the fuck I'm saying?
Dude, he's
And then
trying to
fucking
fuck
eat,
He's trying to
and then
fuck
eating
with
an
you.
omelet.
You know, omelet. No, did you ever see was
Like,
it always what's that? Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Yeah.
Where like the weird, remember there's
The
like the
brothers?
weird brothers? Yeah,
Yeah.
and they're all drinking like the warm milk and they're wearing like a robe.
The
and it-
robes?
yeah.
What the fuck were their names?
They had like
the
the
weird
unibrow.
sister.
Yeah, and they were like kissing their sister and
Yeah.
stuff.
My milk has to be like 32 32 and a half degrees, like ice cold,
Just above freezing.
just above freezing because
Yeah.
I will not.
Well, my wife's aunt and uncle upstate New York have.
You grew up in the Arnett?
Yeah,
You're not white?
I don't think so.
That's white
I
people
don't
shit.
think so.
What?
Drinking milk?
What? No.
Yeah.
How do you?
Because all the TV shows had the white people drinking milk when they have their dinner and their breakfast and their lunch, right?
Not me, man. I was drinking the purple stuff. We got orange, D, purple stuff. Give me that purple stuff. That purple drink.
I didn't get Kool-Aid. I get Soul-Aid.
What was cheap Kool-Aid? Weiler's?
White? Yeah.
Weiler's?
It was a powder.
Yeah. Oh, no,
It was a white powder.
It was Kool-Aid.
No,
like packs.
but Kool-Aid had a color to it. The cheap one was just white powder.
Oh, for real?
Not because they had
Yeah.
orange and red.
Yeah.
And,
No, because Weiler's
No,
had
no, 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 no.
colors.
It come
I
out.
had the one that
It was white powder, but when you put water on it, it would change color.
Oh, okay. Okay. I get
Yeah.
what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, see, I was
I wasn't a
like
science.
the 25 the quarter Kool-Aid was too much. We had to get the 10-cent Kool-Aid.
Shit, dude, they were a quarter?
Yeah.
the ones we got were 10 cents a pack.
You sure? Okay, well then I got the
Yeah, I was
5-cent
about
one.
to say, God dang. Yeah. But
So you're bougie.
Yeah. No, I'm broke.
y'all went to the fancy Alberts
Hey, you remember in Cavazos they would sell Kool-Aid like in the little thing,
for the pickles.
and they'd be like
Nasty shit.
and they'd be walking around there with like red or like blue fingers.
Do you remember girls would dye their hair with Kool-Aid?
My daughter did that.
Nah, man. I was about to say they were ghetto. Never mind, they were not ghetto. Sorry, Jalen.
Well, she wanted to keep her hair healthy, and she would just do a light little tint, and she
Just
so
do
she got
peroxide, bro.
she would get compliments. She's like, "Oh, your hair looks pretty," and they're like, "Oh, cool, thanks. You know, I did with Kool-Aid," and they're like, "Ah, I did the same thing you said." Ghetto.
Ghetto.
I was like, "Man, fuck
Oh,
it."
look at this guy.
How long does it last?
Yeah. Maybe like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
No.
Was it go long?
Yeah, I think,
Really?
I was about to say, I think it dies.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. I'm a guy, so
It stays.
it stays longer than the
Yeah,
regular
I
shit.
know it lasts.
Nice.
Yeah.
Your boy drink milk?
Yeah, occasionally.
They don't fuck his stomach up?
No, not really. We have goats.
Oh, you drink goat milk?
No, I'm just saying.
Oh, I heard that's the way
That's
to
better,
go.
yeah.
Yeah,
I heard goat milk was.
I heard if you gave your kid goat milk like throughout the entirety of their toddlerhood, and you know that motherfucker's got your retirement in the NFL.
Really?
Yeah, because he's gonna grow up big
Jasmine,
and
I
strong.
need you to start milking the goats.
Yeah, man, like for real. And even when the
You got that from
Formula?
Little Giants.
No, even when the formula shortage was happening
Uh-huh.
through the pandemic or whatever,
They recommended goat milk.
the alternative was to go to get goat milk.
Really?
Yeah. I want to say even San Juan told me this when we were in junior high, because you remember that fucker was like benching 405 in 7th grade and shit, and he told me that his mom said that they would give him goat milk when he was a baby.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
I don't know why I would remember that if it's a lie, but
Start hitting up these Mennonite farms.
yeah.
Yeah.
Don't jerk off with it, Jacob. You gotta drink it.
Oh, it's not topical.
Don't rub it on your balls, Jacob.
It's like the, it's
Take
like
a
the
bath in it.
bodybuilders using
Yeah,
the
man.
breast milk.
So before we leave, man, you got any shout outs, bro?
I do. To the police officers, man, you may not like them, you may not, want them there, but you know what? One day, one time, you're gonna need them there. That's why you need to respect them.
Yeah,
So,
for sure, man.
so,
I never understood that defund the police bullshit. And
Yeah,
then when
that's-
you're quick to dial 911 when shit goes south, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, these guys, man, they take so much shit, and it's not fair. I don't want to get into politics, but one particular president made it worse, and give them time. You know what? Most of these guys are good people, so that's my shout out.
You said most of them.
Yeah, 'cause,
Not all of 'em.
Not everybody's perfect.
No.
Yeah.
Not
I
everybody's
go to
perfect.
work and I look around like I hate all of y'all. I wish I Nah, but
No, but
Not you. You're cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And once again, man, shout out Ashley the Car Guy on
Thanks,
Facebook. Is it ashleythecarguy.com?
yes, sir.
So
My
if
website.
you're looking for any cars, like someone in Dallas, can you sell them a car over
Absolutely.
there?
Yeah, I get them delivered. So we're Group 1, so we have 94 different stores. I can get you Ram, Lexus. Pretty much anything, and I can get them shipped to you.
Awesome. And shipping is what, like $500? It's
it-
reasonable, is what I'm saying.
Depends. I'll drive it down. Depends on where it's at.
Oh shit! Like you'll drive it.
Hell yeah.
Oh fuck yeah!
Yeah.
That's what I like, man.
Yeah.
Fuck
Go
yeah.
the extra mile.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
Literally.
You got any shout outs, bro?
Well, I always shout out my wife and my kids, but I was thinking today, I was like, I don't give you enough love, but I'm bad at giving
Aw.
love. Yeah. So I want to shout out you. I like everything that you're doing.
Appreciate that, bro. Thanks, man.
You're growing, you're getting better, making some changes, you're striving to be better, and
Don't get teary eyed. Don't get teary eyed.
but like you said, you're fans of your friends, and I'm fans of my friends, and I like to see everybody out there. I like to hear, Thomas is too damn busy. I don't know Zimmerly like that, but he's busy, but he's from the hood.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's from the hood. Even though he wasn't, but the people that came from nothing, that are working to be something, and y'all inspire me to be better. I just can't figure out what I'm gonna be better at. So,
Oh, dude, you're already doing it, brother.
and I've said it before with, I left everybody and I went to go be a man and have a family and take care of them and
Yeah, but you returned and we picked up where we left off.
yeah, but I'm better. I can provide more. I can do better. I'm always I can provide for my family, and that's never been the issue. But growing, like I'm missing something, and I'm inspired by the people that I surround myself. So, you said I was never fat, but I'm my own worst critic.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So I want to be better like y'all. So I look up to y'all. Everybody that I'm around, I want to be better. I want to do better for me, my family, and it's always for the family, but like.
But for you too. Bro.
But for me, there's I'm missing something, and I want to be better for myself and feel more whole, like my ride and die is always with me, and you know that, I don't go anywhere without her, but if you don't feel like you're worthy enough to be with, with her, you know what I'm trying to say?
I get it, and I hope you don't feel like that though. Like,
Well, I want to be good enough.
Yeah.
And right now I don't feel like I'm good enough, even if I'm giving her everything that I can.
what do you think is missing?
Unfortunately, it's like a monetary type stuff. You know what I mean?
Meaning,
A better house, a lifestyle. Not everybody's struggling, but I shouldn't be struggling the
but
way I am.
here's the thing though, like you kind of sort of had that lifestyle.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't miss that, right?
No, because with that lifestyle that I did have where I was making really good money, I was at 95% of my kids' games.
See, like
So I got to see them grow up. I got to do, but now where I feel like I went in reverse. You know what I mean? I got to a high point young, and now as I get older, when I should be making more money, I'm having to work even harder to just tread the water.
yeah, but
know.
also we've got over 22 or 23 more years of work left in us.
Yeah.
So there's still plenty of time.
Well,
to
my
figure
fucking
it
dad's
the fuck
70.
out.
He's still working.
But
he could
I'm
outwork
just saying
me.
at least.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, long story short, I guess what I'm trying to say to you, bro, is don't be so hard on yourself, man. Because, motherfucker, you're good people, man. And I love to surround myself with you all the time.
Yeah.
We fucking
I
hang
appreciate
out all
that.
the time. And I get we are our own worst critics and you want more for yourself. And fuck yeah, I want that for you too. But don't fucking down the position that you're in now. I get you want more. That's everyone wants more.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, you gotta learn in the struggle. Like find whatever the purpose of why you're going through what you're going through now, and then learn from it.
Yeah.
Enjoy the journey.
And
Because it's always you can't just waste the lessons from the pain.
right. And I tell my kids that all the time is like, well, what'd you go through? Okay, what could we learn from that? Like you, your kid, you had a football game. Well, you fucked up here. I was the same way, and so I'm trying to learn my lesson in this. In what am I doing? Not so much what am I doing wrong, but why am I here where I'm? What difference can I make doing what I'm doing? Because we got to have a purpose, and where my heart is was in my old life, in my old career. But it wasn't necessarily the career, because I would go back to just being in the medical field and make nothing or what I'm making now. But like my mind and my heart, EMS, I would do that. But the hard part is the responsibilities and the obligations that I have, that I can't.
So to me, it sounds like the problem or the issue is, excuse me, it's just hard for you to let go or say goodbye to that.
It's the biblical tale of looking back and turning into limestone, So it's because I love everything that I have, not monetary wise, but I have great fucking kids. I have a great marriage. I have a great wife. I'm happy with what's around me. I'm happy with my friends. And oddly enough, I don't celebrate my birthdays, but we celebrated my birthday.
Yeah.
And dude,
That was a
For me,
great fucking time.
my heart, my heart. I told you it was full. Like and I told you the one little hiccup that I had. And it for me it feels good to be able to come to somebody and say, hey, what would you do? How would you handle it? And I'm taking your advice, or I'm working with the advice that you give me, and like, okay, this will go this way, or this will go that way, but.
No, I don't know if it was great advice because we had about 30 shots that night.
It was good enough. It was good enough to remember it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, I just
Man, to cut you off a little bit, I can
No, go
honestly say that you got so many things going on right now that you own. You own a great freaking marriage that not a lot of people are going to ever have, even witness like that marriage. And I've said it on the podcast before, man, like it's something for anybody to strive to be with in their marriage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you got a great group of children. Like, you're fucking doing badass now. I really want you to know that, bro. I really, really want you to know that. And I get you want more. Fuck yeah, we all want more. But to be down on yourself, fuck no.
Yeah.
Let's change that shit.
maybe it's I want to give what they've given me.
Yeah.
As much as I appreciate them, I want to be able to show them. But how do I show them? You know what I mean? It's like I'd buy. Oh, my daughter loves Corvettes. Fast cars. I'd get her a fucking Corvette. I'd get my. My oldest, whatever he wanted. I'd
But
give him,
if you ask them, they wouldn't even want that.
But yeah, and that's the deal. Is like
Yeah.
all my kids, I've given them hand-me-down vehicles, and my daughter's like, "Oh, thank you
Bro,
so
I
much.
know kids that
appreciate
never
it."
got anything though.
Yeah, and I know kids that got
that are still
BMWs.
walking.
I know kids that got BMWs
Yeah.
convertible, and he's like, "A convertible? I don't want a convertible." And I'm like,
Yeah, and those are fucking assholes.
"Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah."
Those would be the kids that we work for
Yeah,
later on in life.
But I just,
Yeah.
I know it's not a shout out, but I just want to be able to show my family and the people that I surround myself with because how much I appreciate them.
Yeah.
I'm bad at that point. I know I text you in the morning or share things. You've got me. I wake up in the morning now, open my eyes, thank you. Before I go to bed, thank you for the day. If I wake up and I'm not feeling right, pray for whatever. But I just, I'm not spreading myself thin, but I'm trying to give everybody, as much as I can. And I just want everybody to know that if I fuck with you, I fuck with you. And, we're going to ride, we're going to die. You got something going on, I'm going to help you out.
Yeah.
You need help. When I say, hey, if there's anything you need, let me know if there's anything you need.
Yeah,
'cause,
and on to that note, on your birthday,
Yeah.
you asked me about Jacob.
Yeah.
That you were worried for him.
Yeah, I was.
And I
when you
said,
took that.
I said, he's cool. I go, he's just taking a break from social media. He was like, oh, like the relief that I saw when I said that, you're like, oh, okay, he's cool.
Yeah, because I even reached out to him. I was like, hey, man, and I don't have your number. So I sent a message and said, hey, man, are you good? Is there anything, let me know.
Yeah.
And I didn't hear anything back. So that's what worried me.
Yeah.
And then with Thomas,
he was fucking worried. And I was like, nah, he's just taking a break from social media. He was like, oh, all right, cool.
Yeah. And then, with Thomas and stuff. So, I mean, I like this. I got 25 years with her that I wouldn't change.
Oh, no, for sure.
know,
yeah, that's a fucking
And
milestone in itself.
to come in and bring her in with what we've got going on and what I had growing up, she doesn't get along with anybody. And your soulmate,
yeah.
she fucking loves. It's her soulmate. So that's that right there.
Oh, my God.
that right there knows I've made a good friend and I have
Yeah.
I made a right decision to coming
For sure,
back
brother.
into, your life. Old school,
But it was never any, like, fuck Paul. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you came back. We picked up where the fuck we
Yeah.
left off.
And that's what that was a question. Is
Yeah.
like I always wonder, is like, was it like, man, fuck Paul, you know? You know, so
Nah,
Nah.
maybe once.
yeah. No, but yeah, it's again, yeah, it's a bad shout out, but I just shout out to everybody that you know that I do fuck with. You know, I care about you. I want you to do well. You know, I look up to you if you're doing better, or if you got stuff going on. You know, we don't have people to talk to, and when I come here, you know, you just got to tell me what time. You know, I'm not gonna say no. Rarely would I say no. But
I say this all the time. This is therapeutic,
yeah,
bro.
it is.
It really is.
And that's what I love about it is I'm talking to you, but I'm talking to a whole bunch of people that listen to this, you know, that don't even know me, that you know,
That are going through
and
the
I'm
same
vulnerable,
shit.
vulnerable, and they're going through the same stuff, and she'll tell me, hey, thank you, you know, thank you for working so hard, thank you for being out there in the 100-degree heat. You know, if it's cold outside, you know, I'll come home to a warm meal, and that's because she works as well, you know, and she comes home stressed, so she is stronger for that, because when I get home, I just want to sit down. I don't want to do anything.
And we forget that they deserve the praise too.
Right.
You know, for their hard work and
Right.
efforts.
Yeah. And I just want everybody to know that I appreciate them for everything that they do for me, and I'm trying to do everything I can for everybody else. You know, but shout out.
I love what we got going on as far as my show and this platform is because what I've come to understand is our stories are other people's stories, and our thoughts and the way we think are other people. Like, it's just a validation of fuck, like, okay, I'm not in this alone. Like, someone else is going through this shit, you know? And I say all that because, man, bro, if I can help you in any fucking way to reach whatever you're trying to fucking obtain, say the words, man.
Yeah, and I
Fucking-
think that's my problem, is I don't know what I want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you mentioned photography, bro. I got fucking cameras just collecting dust, old ones.
Well, and then I think the other deal was like I told myself I want to learn guitar. I've got 2 guitars sitting in my
And I got
garage.
fucking guitar.
You know,
Guitar Hero.
Guitar Hero.
like I used to do a lot of shit growing up, and I just stopped doing it because I said, you know, I got kids I got to take care of, and I just put everything to the side. So I mean, as fathers, we all kids, we all sacrifice.
Breaking news.
Yeah, we've all sacrificed, you know, for our kids, the good dads. You know, and I told her, I was like, man, I wish I was a deadbeat dad sometimes. I'd be like, fuck them kids, fuck that baby mama. I said I'd be rich.
You know what?
I would be stressed
I used to
out.
trip out. I used to trip out on some of our friends that said, oh, I got to babysit my kids tonight. And I was like, babysit your
Babysit.
kids.
I know, right?
But yeah, so
Yeah.
but no, sorry, I didn't mean to do what I
All
did.
right,
but
guys,
nah.
read some books.
Yeah, sorry.
You got any shout outs, Jake?
Yeah, the wife and kids, you know, shout out to them. They're always, you know, putting over daddy being at work, and, you know, mommy too. She goes home, puts her life on the line too.
Fuck yeah, man. Yeah, that's why I say we want the what's the word? We want them to, you know, we want to feel accomplished, and we want them to be like, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
But fuck, we got to say thank you too, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's what it is.
Yeah, you know, and also, you know, I know your platform, and all the guys, you know, John Eric Media have been talking about this, and even the one episode you had was a manspreading or mansplaining, that's what manspreading. So the church I go to, it's a bigger church, and they have like a security team, armed security team, and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So, I started doing that, and then, cause it's like when God gives you a talent, don't waste it. And I'm not saying I'm the best at it, but I'm pretty proficient at what I do, and I can sit there and pick out a threat, you know, and if I'm protecting the flock, you know, I figure that's a good thing. and I'm not gonna just. Sometimes you have to give back. I think we take and take from the church, or we take and take from our relationship with God,
Yeah.
and we never give back. Sometimes we just give back monetarily and think that's good enough. But if you have a talent, use it. And I know my parents playing sports always push that on us. Like, there's kids that can't play for sports. There's kids that are in wheelchairs. There's kids that don't have the opportunity. Part of praising God is you can do that playing sports, And so whatever talent you have, and I know you're talking about like what you're going through. I don't know what your whole religious background is, but sometimes you just got to reach out to him and see what he wants you to do. And, he'll find a peace. You'll find a peace once you reach that.
But you should be afraid to ask that question, though.
I was gonna say that I'm afraid to ask that question.
Yeah, because
And you can be. Well, and part of that too is our church, for as big as it is, doesn't have a veterans a veterans group. So I was talking with some of the other guys that are veterans, and they're gonna push that through, and so we can open up a group for veterans to meet.
So the security team for the church, is that all voluntary?
Yeah. Well, the head guy, he's on paid staff, but everybody else is
Yeah.
voluntary.
You have the talent to pick out a coyote for the sheep.
For the sheeps.
No, I mean that like in a literal sense, but for real.
Well, I hope so. Hope the Holy Spirit gives me the discernment.
Yeah.
That's part of it.
I mean, I think your work kind of sharpens that blade a little bit.
Yeah.
That's badass, bro. It really is.
But yeah, so hopefully, but I got that from you guys was, talking more about it. And I've said it before, the guys that I went to war with, and we didn't know we were all going through the same struggle until one of us finally broke down and said, hey, I need help. And the next thing you know, the other four guys were like, hey, I'm going through the same thing you're going through. And,
And man that shit up.
hey, stop crying about it.
Yeah.
But no, if there's a platform to reach out and do it, reach out to it,
Yeah.
There's no need to suffer on your own.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to bring with the men's group, man. Work and senior portraits have been all my life here recently, so I've kind of put that on pause. But, dude, before the year's up, man, I want to start that first men's group, and I don't know what it's gonna be like, but I know that it's a strong feeling that's God's got in my gut to start producing. And
I mean, I texted you when you said it,
Yeah.
or when I was like, hey, it's not big, but I got
That's
a
what she
Blackstone. Not too often, but yeah.
I mean, not to me,
it's-
but
yeah.
to somebody.
It's perfect. It doesn't hurt. The other ones hurt. Like I was excited that Bub and Bree said that
Yeah.
they might
yeah.
do the
Yeah, he
comida
said
stuff,
that
so.
he wants to fucking help too, and
Yeah.
I got people that are very interested and want to help. It's just right now, crunch time. I kind of don't have the time to continue pushing forward as far as looking for stuff, but eventually, yeah.
Yeah.
And it will be, God willing, it will be soon.
I'll help.
Yeah,
I mean,
hell yeah, fuck yeah,
And
mean-
it's all about God's timing. You can rush something and ruin it.
yeah,
Yeah.
So just keep waiting. It'll fall in line as long as you're fervent about it. Don't just, there's a saying is, don't pray for God to dig you a hole while you're leaning on a shovel.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You got to
you-
put the work in too.
Yeah, so
you also got to manifest it. Speak it into existence.
And I do that. Believe me, I do that. But yeah, man, please go and check out Tigre Burrito. If you haven't checked them out, you're missing out. Shout out to Tigre Burrito. Shout out to DJ Kipo. I'm not sure what his schedule looks like for all these graduation parties that are in the very near future, but hit him up, man, and get that ones and twos going on the dance floor, man. He's fucking good at what he does. And Patriot Painting Construction. And everybody here at the John Eric Media, check out EOS for Everything, Ramos and Friends, the Deep Dive with Donnie Flamingo. Yeah, everybody on the John Eric Media, man. So, till next time, guys, read some books! Oh, hey, didn't see you there. This episode is brought to you by DJ Kipo. DJ Kipo handles all things like weddings, quinceañeras, anniversaries, and graduations. He's good at what he does, keeps the party going, and hit him up on IG, TikTok at DJ Kipo 806. Once again, that's DJ
KEEPO 806. Oh, it's you again. This episode is brought to you by Patriot Paint and Construction. They specialize in commercial and residential. They also specialize in drywall and paint. No job is too big or too small for them. Hit them up at 806 544 7199. Oh, you're still here? This episode is brought to you by Tigre Burrito, located at 720 Highway 62 in Wolford, Texas. They're open Tuesday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. They specialize in breakfast and lunch burritos. They've also got some plates. Tell them JP Lopez sent you. But breakfast burritos are pretty fucking huge, so you better bring a big appetite. They're the shit.